Stacey Abrams. Now, this is going to be a little bit lengthy. That's why I'm clipping it. Now, this part right here is going to really pertain to people in Georgia, black people in Georgia. This part right here. But the next part I'm going to talk about is going to pertain to black men in particular. But let me go ahead and play this for you.
My name is Stacey Abrams, and I would like to be your next governor in the great state of Georgia. I believe in all of Georgia. I believe that every young person should have a chance to go to a school that is fully funded, where everyone who wants to start a small business has the resources to do so, when everyone who graduates from our high schools can go to our colleges regardless of their documentation status. I want to invest in you and your future. I want to invest in your families, your businesses, and all of us. But I need you to get out and vote. And even if you can't vote, you know someone who can speak up for you. I'm here today and I'll be there tomorrow with your help. So let's get it done. Vamos a hacerlo. Gracias for having me.
Is there a trash can nearby that I can vomit in? Now, Stacey Abrams, much like Kamala the Chameleon, will say what they will not do for, and specifically for black people, but they will get on these platforms, stand on their soapbox, and tell other groups what they're going to specifically do for them, and then still want us to vote for them. There's one part in here that I wanted to play for you again, just in case y'all missed it. Let me see if I can find it. I'll just play from right here.
Who wants to start a small business has the resources to do so, when everyone who graduates from our high schools can go to our colleges regardless of their documentation status. I want to invest in you and your future.
I will invest in you and your future. Now, she's talking directly to them. She's not talking to people of color. She's definitely not talking to black folks. She's talking to the Latino, Hispanic, Mexican community. And how many of them are over here legally?
I want to invest in your children, your families, your businesses, and all of us.
Let me go back. I will invest in your children, your family, your businesses. And let me just say this, she's not bluffing. When she says that she will invest in their children, their family, and their businesses, she means it. Now, it's crazy because wasn't Stacey just talking to, quote unquote, talking to black men like a month or so ago, saying that she needs black men to vote for her? She needs black men to vote for her, but she didn't tell them what she was going to do for said vote. She just needs black men to vote for her. But she went out there and stood in front of a crowd of Mexicans, Latinos, and Hispanics, legal or not, and told them to their face exactly what she was going to do for them. She said what she was going to do for them before she even told them to vote for her. With us, it was in reverse. She said, we need to vote for her because we have to vote for her. Why? Why do we need to vote for you? She didn't give us an explanation as to why. She just said, vote for me. Black men, vote for me. And I said all that to say this, because apparently Stacey has something called a black men's agenda Yeah, a black men's agenda. When I saw that, I immediately side-eyed it, and good thing I did. And this picture right here could not be more staged. Whatever this guy's laughing at ain't that funny. She probably sanitized her hands after she fist bumped this guy. But let's see what her so-called black men's agenda is about. Black men deserve leadership that sees them, serves them, and believes in them. I am committed to investing in black men, their families, and their business. Now, it's funny because that was the same thing that she said to a whole crowd of Latinos and Hispanics. And I believe this whole thing came up after that. My thing is, how are you serving two? How are you serving two? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Anyway, a plan that economists, agree will not raise taxes. Let's go through it. Economic security, provide capital and contract opportunities for black small businesses. Establish a $10 million small business investment fund. Eliminate fees and red tape to start your own business. Increase purchasing from black owned businesses by state entities. Allow multiple small companies to joint bid on state contracts as prime contractor. Here's the trick bag, y'all. Close the gap between minority and non-minority business revenues in 6 to 8 years. At current pace, will take 100 years. Minority and non-minority business revenues. I thought this was a black man's agenda, not minority. Create a $5 million family farms initiative to aid small and micro farms with financing. Put money back in your pockets. Tax rebates for everyone. For everyone making less than $250,000. In wage theft and misclassification, treating employees as independent contractors. Enforce unemployment regulations in cooperations with the labor commissioner. 53% of Georgians denied unemployment during the pandemic were black. Let's see what she's talking about under healthcare and housing. Expand Medicaid. Adults making $9 an hour or less will be eligible for health insurance, including non-crisis mental health and substance abuse treatment. Will create 64,000 good-paying jobs across the state. Make housing more affordable for everyone. Y'all, this is her black men's agenda. It looks like it's an agenda for everyone else but black men, if you ask me. That's what it should be called. Support first-time homeowners and provide financial education. Create a permanent fund to finance property tax deferments for working class households facing rapidly rising property taxes caused by out-of-state buyers or gentrification. Education and job training. Increase funding to public schools and decrease over-disciplining of black children. Create 20,000 apprenticeships, including construction, entertainment, and advanced energy. I bet you many of the black men, and I put that in quotation, will probably get forced into this category of entertainment. Restore free technical college. Expand access to hope. I guess that's an acronym for something. And fund need-based aid for higher education, particularly at HBCUs. I hope she knows that not only black people are at these HBCUs, so I'm curious who's going to get it. This one says criminal justice and public safety. Focus law enforcement resources on serious violent crime. Remember, she was trending on Twitter with police next to her name. And it wasn't against them either. Support legislation to decriminalize marijuana and end poverty-based criminal penalties. Repeal extreme gun laws, including criminal carry, and close loopholes. Restore diversion programs and reentry programs to support housing, healthcare, and employment. Hold law enforcement accountable. That sounds a lot different than what she was saying a couple months ago. Require accountability for law enforcement and correctional officers. Track officers with records of bad behavior and prevent them from getting new jobs. Create state guidelines that address use of force, de-escalation, and crisis intervention. Now, it's funny that she says a black man's agenda, but she's on here in this picture with a little PC girl and a black girl. She couldn't even, she didn't want to stand next to a little black boy. Black men's agenda. And it said black men need leadership, deserve leadership. Not from her. I'll tell you that much. Black men don't need leadership from her. I'm curious though. What is this looking like over here? This is the PDF file. Let's see what it's talking about in here. Or is it the same thing? Okay, it looks like it's the same thing. Okay, so I downloaded that for nothing. I'll be sure to clear that out when I'm done. She must think we're stupid. Or the black men in Georgia, she must think you're dumb. What in this did I read have anything to do with a black man's agenda or black men's agenda? Absolutely nothing. If that's your response, you get the little gold star. Absolutely nothing. This is such crap. And I know that Kid Gravity and GBS or Great Black Shark, I know they live in Georgia. First off, let me just say this right quick. If to the black men that's in this chat right now, put a 1 in here if you live in Georgia. If you are a black man in this chat right now and you live in the state of Georgia, please put a 1 in the chat. I'm trying to identify. I know I named 2 of them, but I know there might be some more. Okay, GBS, Jonathan Richardson. Any more? I'm just trying to see. Alex Nevermind. I know y'all have some sense. I know this. We are critical thinking people over here. David Olasi. I'm going to say David O because I don't want to butcher your name. CJ. Do y'all, okay, I'm going to ask y'all in particular. Do y'all think that this is a black men's agenda? Based on what I just read to y'all, do you think that this is a black men's agenda? And I'm asking the ones who put a 1 in the chat. Because I don't see it. I honestly do not see it. And I don't even live in Georgia. Like this, I think what pisses me off about this whole thing is the fact that they called it a black men's agenda, but they shoehorned everything or everyone else into it. But they tend to do that a lot when it's something that's supposed to be specifically for black people. They will shoehorn other groups or other organizations in there to try to make it sound nice and pretty and shiny or whatever the case may be. No. If you're going to call this a black men's agenda, it should be catered to only black men. If you're going to create something called a black women's agenda, it should be catered to just Black women. If you are going to make something and cater it to everyone, call it that. Don't call it one thing, and then when we read it, it's something completely different. That's why people have to read these documents that they put out there, because if you don't, you will fall victim to the trick bag. Because this ain't it. This most definitely is not it. You have to make sure you read every single thing. And don't feel bad. Let me just put it this way. If this woman loses in April, don't feel bad if you're going to have a lot of the usual suspects coming to you and saying it's your fault that she lost. They will put the blame on black men for just about anything. So just get prepared for that. Just laugh it off, because at the end of the day, it's rather hilarious. Just laugh it off. That's all I gotta say. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead now and end the stream, or bring the stream to a close. We've been on here for over an hour and a half. But the discussion was nice. The first stream that I've done on this channel since hitting 50K. I will be next week, most likely next Friday. I'll do the 50K celebration stream, and I'll just bring people up. We'll just chop it up for a couple of hours, so like how I do my freestyle Fridays. But we know we have 5 Fridays this month, so we're going to insert it in there. But definitely shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to everyone who subscribed. Shout out to all the people that hit the dono, who sent a super chat, super sticker, whatever. I definitely appreciate it. Of course, I'm going to be putting this whole live stream on Patreon. So if you are on Patreon, you'll be able to listen to the entire playback of this stream. Also, I will be posting a link to the Discord on the community tab when I'm done with this. So if anybody wants to join the Discord, they can. Hopefully it's working, because someone said earlier that it was expired. I don't know how that is. But y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will be uploading, of course, one video tomorrow, like I do every weekend, every Saturday and Sunday. Y'all be safe.